been forever. At least it feels that way. I'm always so in and out. I've got so much going on right now. So I find it's hard sometimes to be able to get back in the rotation. But welcome, everybody. Hey, so glad you're here. We're going to have an hour of fun and readings and reconnecting here as a tribe and kind of pulling all of our energy together and lifting each other up. That's what tonight's all about. So little early apologies for Gracie's crazy tonight outside. It's horse camp here on the farm. So she's busy herding and chasing everything, even if it doesn't need to be herded or chased. Hi, Kika. I think Kika's new. So everybody say, hey, Brigitte. Hey, Judy. Hey, Carol. I'm so glad to have you guys in. I'm going to start tonight off with Holy Cow on the Full Moon. Did you guys see that? That was spectacular. It was bright red here, and it was just energizing. I absolutely love when we get those kind of moons in. And we've got a lot of big change coming in with that moon. So you guys hold on to your seats. It's cleaning out the trash time, guys. What doesn't serve is getting swept out whether you like it or not. You may just be forced a little bit into pushing things out that you were resistant of letting go of. But that's where we are. Hey, Mort, good to see you. It was beautiful, right? Let me go ahead and get us started tonight and get the ball rolling, kind of get the energy moving for us. And get a card for the week for the collective. And this is a 20. It's a 2. So it's all about us and relationships, how we connect to other people, how we connect to spirit sometimes. A lot of you will probably feel this with your close personal connections. But this is the Feast of Plenty, choices and consequences, right? Here we go. Man, if that isn't going to sum it up, guys, because let me tell you something. Karma, she's a-coming, and she's a-coming for all of us indiscriminately. So, we've had to be really careful to not put out too many things that we don't want coming back at us. Be careful what we're reaping and sowing. But it's that time for karma to show up and kind of clean house. And sometimes that can be uncomfortable, and sometimes it can be downright exciting. I mean, I definitely see it in my daily life. I think we all do. But it's just one of those things where she's coming in on, the light of that moon to kind of wash everything away and start clearing the path for us to move, to trudge forward, because we are. By the end of the month, we're going to be bulldozing our way astrologically and energetically through life. So that's kind of where it's coming from. Carol, you said she's not kidding, that karma. She's not joking around at all, you guys. All right. So who wants a reading? Let's start tonight. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask a direct, ask a direct question, and I'll be happy to answer it. Or if you just want a general reading, you can say that in the comments. Just say, hey, Jen, I'd like a general reading, and I will jump all over that. And I'm just tickled to be back with you guys. It's exciting. So exciting. Hey, KJ, I'm so glad everybody's in. It's so good to be back with y'all. And I'm sorry that Rachel wasn't able to get in last night. She was just not feeling well. Some people are really processing through this in a rough way. So we have to be bearing with everybody and kind of being gentle on it. Hey, Katrina, it's good to see you, baby. I'm so glad you're here. All right, let me get us started. Guys, I'm going to start with Judy. And if for any reason I miss you guys, because there's a lot of comments coming in, put it back in. But I'm going to start with Judy now. And Judy, I'll get that rolling. I love you too, Katrina. Love you, mama. All right. So here we go. Judy, you have a 31 card. That's a 4. So this is all about things that are coming to an end, that are making way. And this one's called In the Hand. The universe is your partner. I'm telling you tonight, it's going to line up, you guys. Judy, this is your card. Okay, this is about everything that you've been trying to manifest, everything that you've been wanting to bring in, things you've been wanting to get rid of, and they are absolutely coming down the pipeline. For me, sometimes with you, it feels like you have big aspirations and thoughts, and you have such a natural way of manifesting things, both good and bad, of course, right? Sometimes things go so fast that you're like, whoa, put the brakes on. I wasn't ready for all of that, like TMI. Too much information, and also TMM, too much movement, too much too fast, right? It just seems like it's a lot all the time. The main focus of this kind of energy that I feel around you is more of how you have cared for other people. So this is about your partnerships, your relationships, and it's about you not being treated quite the way that you put love out. So this is one of those karmic things that comes in where you don't need to do anything in this. Okay. This is just the universe that's coming in to back you up, to kind of hand out a dose of what that feels like. Now, that's going to help you live in a situation that feels more controlled, more mature, more authentic, that feels more real. And it's also going to help you see how you shape your reality, because it's about grounding for you, and it's about the death, kind of death of things, finishing up some situations and cutting off some people where you should have cut them off maybe a long time ago. So it's about getting healthy, right? It's about getting healthy and moving forward towards new things. Because I see, if you're flexible with this, if you could not take it personal and just kind of let the wave roll in, do you know what I mean? Let it crash and do what it's going to do. The people that need to go are going to go organically. You won't have to do a thing. And you've got new people that are going to be coming in to surround you. It feels like, for me, it's like two people that are going to be important that come in for you this summer. They're going to be there to really kind of change things up for you. They're also going to excite your mind, your brain a little bit, give you ideas on kind of like side hustle, ideas on how to get into a venture or a project that's kind of passion or thrill related that kind of propels you. So keep your eyes wide open, keep your heart wide open, and just sit back and let it roll. Don't get involved in the drama that kind of comes down as those things unfold, but just be witness to it and be present. Okay. Everything's going to be awesome. Yay. So let me go up. Thank you for trusting me to do that reading for you too, by the way. I really appreciate when you guys put your faith in me. It means a lot to me. I don't take that lightly. So I really appreciate that. All right, Judy. So that was for you, my darling. Now, Kika, do I see the Aries reaching out? And if so, when? Well, let's take a look and see what we're pulling up. Kika, I'm going to go ahead and pull one of the tarot cards for you and then just go off the cuff from there, okay? I've got a 27, which is a 9. This is finishing things. It's upside down, and it's heart and home and compassion, but this is inverted. So this is not finished. Whatever this is that you've got going on is not finished yet. That's for sure. And it feels like there's just, I almost want to say like silent manipulation that goes on kind of both ways. I think it's a lot of tug and pulling between you two all the time. But I do see movement for a fresh start. Now, this looks for me like it comes in around the 10th of next month. I think you're going to have really important dates like the 4th and 5th through the 10th of next month. We're going to see things kind of trucking along for you, especially in that sector of combining and bringing that relationship in. So keep an eye out for that, okay? That looks like when things are going to really start moving for you, because that's your strong influences come in. And I'm getting like on the 9th that comes in really heavy. So the 10th makes sense for me, but the 9th, that energetic really, really pushes hard for you. So hang tight. That's coming back around. It's not going to be in the time frame that you want it in, okay? But listen, also that's because of that energy we have right now. When the universe is kind of sweeping things out like that, you have to give it the space to do that, to do everything it needs to do. And keep in mind that maybe karma and the universe are sweeping things out so that the next time when this gets revisited, it's a lot healthier and it's a lot more committed and stable. So stick in there, Kika. You're going to get this worked out. I absolutely guarantee it. In fact, I know it. I have complete faith in the situation, and I have complete faith in you and the universe. So there we go. All right, Miss Carol, you'd like a general reading? Absolutely, darling. Carol, for you, I have a 56, which is an 11 coming back down to a 2, all about relationships, you and other people. But like you and a particular person more than anything. And this one is called The Wall. It's obstacles, okay? This is kind of, I don't want to say beating your head up against the wall, but it kind of does feel that way. It feels like repetition and the same conversations and the same behavior, not seeing any change. So, simply defined insanity, I guess is one way we could put it. But it doesn't feel that extreme and dramatic for me. It just feels like this is something that keeps repeating itself because it's not being let go of in the way that it should be let go of. So communication, obviously key. You have to speak. And there's something happening around, it feels like your dad for me. I see him typically as the one who doesn't get overly involved, but there's communication that needs to happen there. This feels like two men or two masculine, two really strong energies coming to some kind of accord, some kind of an agreement. It's like a commitment to a conversation that needs to be had that hasn't been had. And that's what I'm pulling up on. You in the caregiver position, you're always there kind of backing things up. But this is one of those things where this should have been finished for you a long time ago. Now it's time to really finish and kind of let it be, like emotionally, mentally, physically, all the way around. So you also have to make a commitment to let go, okay? To let it sweep out and do what it needs to do. All right, Miss Carol, there we go. Mart Ali, a general reading. You're a newbie. You are kind of, I see you on Wanda shows though, Mort. If you don't know, I run the network. So I do all of the back production for everybody and I see your name pretty often. So that's pretty dang awesome. Let me get you one, Miss Mort. I have got for you a 39, which is a 4. So you're getting something very similar as to what Judy had, okay? So this is all about the death of something, the ending of something. This one's called Me Talks. It's repairing the body, the mind, and the spirit. All right. And so what this tells me is that you also are shedding skin like a snake. You're kind of going through a metamorphosis state right now. It's about letting go of a lot of toxic things from your past, and also like old pills you had to swallow, like things that didn't get resolved and things that still make you feel kind of shitty. But it's about letting those things go so that your mind and your body can catch up. More so your body for me. I feel so much more. I think your body responds in such an intense way to your emotional state. I mean, everybody's body does, right? There's no two ways about that. But for me, when I look at your situation, it feels like your body responds in a way that's almost symphonic. I mean, it's like one thing goes, one horn blows, and then all the other horns come in, right? It's all these sections coming together. And so it creates a general overall feeling of being unwell, like all the way around. So listen, the good news is, and this is good news, that's coming in to push this month, to push that crap out of the way. And you need to let it. You need to let it do that, because it's going to be the salvation for you, being able to let go of things that happened to you, like when you were younger, and things that happened, let's say, by decisions that were made when you didn't know any damn better, right? Just youth and stupidity. And God knows we all got those, let me tell you. It's going to be that completion for you of letting those things go so you can move and change and grow into what you're actually supposed to be, which isn't connected with any of that old garbage, okay? It's not connected with any of it. We just hang on to things. People are like storage lockers, man. We're like hoarders. We just keep holding stuff and grabbing it and holding it. Have a yard sale. Do you know what I mean? Like, clean it out. Let it go. Donate it. Give it away. Give it away to the universe so the universe can deal with it. Because all of those things you don't need to carry anymore. And I want to see you at your optimal capacity for not only wellness, but joy. So as the universe is working on that this month particularly, let it do it. Try not to interfere in your own happiness. Just let these things move out as they need to, okay? However they show up, accept it and let them move out. Okay. Let me shoot down here. You guys are the sweetness. Hey, Christine. Good to see you, beautiful. Oh, you guys are so supportive. I love that. It's so nice to see. And it's always been this way since we started the network. And I know Wanda was talking about this the other day because it was our 1-year anniversary on Sunday for Wanda's show. And it didn't even dawn on me. I'm so bad with dates. Like, I forget everybody's birthday. I know that's horrible, but like, time for me is in a different spectrum. I guess I choose not to live in the same time frame everybody's in. But I sat back and thought, my God, look what we've done in a year. Like, how many of you guys have bonded and come together, and what a miracle, what a safe space this has become for you guys to meet up and kind of energize yourselves. Do you know what I mean? Support each other and really be there. And community like that is so hard to find that I'm just grateful as crap to be part of it. All right, Miss Christine, let's see what we got going. I'm going to have a little, wine spritzer. Judy, you are very welcome, sweetheart. All right, Christine, let's get you. Darling, I have for you a 6 card. Not surprised at all. This is all about, this is the Watchers. It's transpersonal. And you've had this card somewhat recently, I think. I think I remember this card trying to attach to you before as well. This is about you coming through the darkness, like you stepping out of that, stepping into the light, and the changes that occur with that metamorphosis that's so intense, that's so deeply personal and connective in the way that it has changed also your body and the way you view the world and the status of reality for you. What a beautiful thing, right? I mean, we never want bad experiences or what we view as bad. But those things come in and give us a swift kick in the ass every time. And sadly, we need it. You know, humans are so daft. We're just ridiculous. Like, we just don't get the message unless we are beaten with an ugly stick, right? That's kind of what this is. But you've got forward movement going now. I think the capacity that you have for love now is even greater than what you had before, and you're already a super loving person. But I think going through hard times like that awakens an understanding in you that at the core of everything, it's all about love, right? That's the only thing that matters. If you've had a particular question that you were thinking when we came into the show, the answer is no. I don't know why that's coming up for me. And there's also coming up a little bit about having to spend money. This is like spending money on yourself. I don't want to say it's self-improvement. I'm just going to say it's kind of tidying up a little bit, maybe. It's pulling yourself together so that you can reconnect and identify with yourself a little bit more in that way. But things are balancing for you because it feels like you've been kind of in a spiritual storm. I mean, it's like a shit storm, if I'm going to be honest. I'm sorry I'm the bad language person on the network, but it is what it is, guys. That's what it feels like. But it feels like balance is coming in now to kind of level things out. So maybe some of the fears that you've had recently, it's time to put them down. It's time to let those things wash away and go where they need to go. You don't need to hold them anymore, okay? If you guys take anything from tonight, remember what I said about us being like storage lockers. Hoarding useless garbage. That's what we do. And you don't need to own or attach to any of that crap, because the only way that it ever becomes permanent is when you choose permanency. So choose to let go of things, okay? And you're going to be just fine. All right, Miss Christine, you just got out of the hospital again. Your BP is spiking like 198 over 108 and leg pain. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the darkness that you've been going through. And I'm sorry to hear that you were in the hospital again, sweet girl. I think the worst of this is over. I really, really do. I don't see anything hardcore coming back in, but I think there's still so much you're holding on to that until you're ready to let go of it, you're probably still going to have some little things like that happen. It feels, of course, there's a physical underlying situation going on, but it's attached to emotion, baby. You have to really dig deep and see what this is and release it, let it go. Katrina said lots of business finishing and tidying up. That's exactly what it is, guys. And it's not always a comfortable transition, that one. Trust me, not comfortable. I've been sitting back kind of doing it myself. And it's hard. I mean, it's hard when any of us have to do it, right? We all think that we're kind, loving, open-hearted, open-minded people. But the truth is, we're not all the time. And I think it's those times when we're not that we really beat the crap out of ourselves. And we have to have a little more grace with ourselves, be a little more delicate with ourselves. I'm trying to not talk to myself or have self-talk any differently than I would talk to my child, which, okay, let's be honest, is also kind of rough. But at least I'm trying to not be negative. Let's just call it brutally honest. I can handle. All right. Let me get back up here and see where we are. Hey, Destiny. Hey, Adriana. Good to see you guys in. Destiny, Dawn McClure-Owens. Can I have a reading, please? Yes, you may, princess. All right, beautiful. For you, I have a 22. This is a 4. Again, we're coming. You guys are going to see the theme tonight. We always have one. That number is always about death and letting go of things. It's about the transition of things, about the removal of things that no longer serve. This one is called The Fool's Embrace. It's transmuting pain. Okay, and so this is talking about letting go of things that have made you feel, I don't want to say worthless, but in a sense it does feel like that. Things that have brought you down and made you lose identity with that higher self of yours, that confident, knowing self of yours. It's letting go of things that have been said, letting go of the way that people have made you feel. And you're allowing them to make you feel that way. So there's a lot of that going on. This is about stepping out of, also like out of the fantasy side of things. So like taking the rose-colored glasses off regarding a relationship that you have been in and focusing more on you, seeing things for what they actually are. Now it feels for me, this is more like with a gentleman, a man, or a male energy in your life. But I don't know why I'm led to say to you, you can't always be friends with people, even when you love them. Sometimes you have a role that you just have to meet. Yeah, I'm getting like a strong yes. So there's like a lot of communication that has to happen. And for you, there's like a trilogy with you, with men, with male energy in your life. I see it like granddad, dad, partner, child or nephew, whoever this is that you attach to. It's always been about you kind of bending and breaking. And now it's more about you healing and taking, right? And in that taking back that power that's always been there, that power that's always been yours. So don't let anybody extinguish your light, kiddo, right? The light is yours. You're the only one that can plug it in, and you're the only one that can unplug it. Lots of people can turn the switch, but you can also turn it off. You just have to kind of get a control on those things, and everything's going to be fine. Okay. Just pay close attention to all that. And Destiny, if you missed the first part, when we were talking about kind of what the energy is going to be this month with this full moon, go back and watch the first part. I think it's important to understand that because it'll tie into what I'm saying to you. It'll make a lot more sense. Okay. So many awesome people on here tonight. So what's been up with you guys? Like, how's everybody been doing? Because I feel like I'm gone all the time. I feel like I'm like that absentee parent that's just, I just dip out. But I'm so busy here with the farm that it's hard. Like, it's really been hard. KJ. Oh, I miss you too. You guys are the sweetness. Thank you. It's hard being away from y'all. Oh, Katrina, I love it. Katrina said, y'all, Katrina's like she's my sister, basically. Katrina said, channel your inner Elsa and let it go. Amen. Preach, right? That's exactly it too. This is a time of letting it go. Morty, thank you so much. I'm glad that you love the network. We love being here, and we love being a part of y'all's lives. It is truly an honor, and I mean that seriously. Carol, you said hazy smoke from Canada is choking you up there tonight. I wonder if they're going to say sorry. Sorry about the smoke. No, it's a bad joke. I'm sorry that that's happening. Katrina in Boston as well, huh? Yikes. I'm not getting it down here yet, but I do have the stench of cow manure and horse shit on a hot Georgia summer night. So let that sink in. I don't know which one is worse. Okay, Miss Adriana. Lucia de Santis. And then the German name. Deichler. Could you get a card tonight? Absolutely. You're wondering if things financially are going to be okay for you this year. Your life continues to move in positive directions, or you want to know if it's going to continue to move in positive directions. All right, let's get on it. I have for you a 5, Adriana. So this is being in that middle area, right? Like in the middle of something, progressing. You're just kind of coming, you're just kind of sitting on the hill, right? Like we're not over the hump yet, but we're at least on top. We're not climbing. This is the jeweled web and its connectivity, okay? It was inverted. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think it's kind of reminding you that you have the options and the choices to very quickly impact and change the way things are going in your life. As far as financial things, it's going to get way better this year. I feel like for you, the last year and a half, 2 years have been, I don't even know, right? Like, I don't even know if there's a word that I can say without getting maybe booted off Facebook. But I feel like there's a lot of stability coming in for you and a lot of new opportunities in like building yourself up, like propelling yourself, not only financially, professionally, but just who you are. Like there's a big, big part of that. And it feels for me also like you're going to have a lot of success and a lot of balance in life, kind of getting the influence of older people. I mean, I know that sounds weird, but it feels for me like people that really wise people that have had a lot of life experience. Maybe they're not so much older than you, but these people are going to kind of come in and covet you, kind of surround you. And you're going to gain such a confidence from that. So yes, financially, things are about to dramatically improve. That I'm super grateful to say. Also, on the spiritual side or on the growth side, you've got people coming in. This is like soul family level people that are going to be coming in. Feels like some of them are already here. Feels like more are coming in around you. Excuse me. And they feel artsy almost. Very creative people. But these people are going to come in and open your mind and expand it even further than it's already open, because I feel like you're already way there. Do you know what I mean? Way there. Like you're not baby stepping this thing. You're running towards it like with a firecracker right up your butt, right? You're like, let's go. And that the universe is matching that. So that's really interesting. I'm excited to see, like, later as we progress in the summer when you're back with us, what that is, who all's coming in, because I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised when you see how many people show up out of nowhere to just kind of back you up. But that's karma. That's what the universe is doing right now. Oh, goodness gracious. Girls, more said it was spot on good. I hope so. Rachel said, oh my God, your background looks so good. You guess this is the first time you've ever watched it? Rachel, you butthole. I watch you every time, but then I have to, right? Well, thanks. I'm glad you like the background. I've got my old school cowboy hat up behind me and my tomato baskets and my picture that I think, over there, that kind of defines who I am as a human being. Standing on a house that's falling apart and no shoes on and staring out into space, wondering what the hell's going on. Just kind of hit the nail on the head for me. All right, guys, let me see where we're at. I hope Rachel's feeling better too, Carol. I was worried about her. And Rachel, someone call you out online. Somebody was supposed to text me this morning and let me know how they were feeling. Katrina Robertson's, if I have time. Are you crazy? Katrina, when it comes to you, my darling, I have eternity to do whatever you need me to do. All right, Miss Katrina, this is a 29, which goes to an 11, coming back down to a 2, okay? So again, you in relationships, close relationships. This is your family. This is the horned cactus. It's all about resourcefulness, okay? It's all about kind of getting poked and prodded and all the little things that come with it, but being resourceful enough to always have a solution, a cure, and an answer, which is who you are. There's no two ways about that. That's the nature of the beast for you. But in this situation, it's about trust. I don't know if this is like around work. It kind of feels like it is for me if this is around like work or something that's going on with how you view where your life is right now. But it's about trusting not the good intentions of other people, but that they're going to make the right choices, that they have goodwill. I keep hearing this word will. You want things firmed up. I think you're in a situation right now, and I'm not sure what this is because we haven't talked in a long time. This is about like trying to save somebody close to you, trying to make sure that their decisions are being made logically, financially, that, that their health is being managed in the right way. And you want a firm, clear, decisive plan and like line of direction and action as to how things are done. So this may not be work so much. This may be me picking up on you having to be the boss. It still feels like medical. It still feels for me like you're having to do your job, even if you're not doing your job, if that makes any sense. But I will say this, the decisions that have to be made at home, it feels like making new rules, kind of like new rules that keep everybody in order or keep a security or a level of understanding in the home. You can delegate some of that stuff, even though it's kind of scary to think about doing that, because let's be honest, you're surrounded by kickstands. I get it. But you can delegate some of that, because at this point, the salvation for you has to come in having everything together. It also feels like there's some legalities or something like document wise that's been procrastinated on, that needs to get dealt with. Like things need to be in order. Okay. I'm just going to say it that way. And I think you and I should talk privately pretty soon, not only because I miss you and I love you, but I think that this is a conversation that would probably be better served, not live on air. But you have some things that you need to kind of get wrapped up. Okay. It's not about you. It's not about you. This is just something that's happening around you. Okay, Mama? All right. Hey, Michael. Oh, all is well. I'm so happy to see you, buddy. I sent you an invite because we never see you anymore and I miss you. I hope everything with your family is going awesome. I hope you got moved if that's what you guys did. If you didn't, you need to tell me because I'm moving up close to you. Adriana, your daughter Heather's been keeping you posted. You can't believe how bad it is there. I think I missed that part of the conversation, so I'm not sure what's going on, but whatever it is, I hope it gets better. I'll just say it that way. And Brigitte, you would like a read. Okay. You were talking about the smoke. I'm so daft. I didn't have a nap today. I need a nap every day. I'm back on Italian schedule now. Like I get up early in the morning. I don't do a whole lot if I'm going to be honest. I'm tired and then I lay down and take a nap completely guilt-free. And I just wake up whenever I wake up. Today, I didn't get one. All right, Brigitte, let's see what we got for you, beautiful girl. I have got for you a 19, which is going to come back down to a 1. So this is all about you. This is the falling angel, the spiritual narcolepsy. It's inverted. Now, I'm going to show it to you right side up because it's a cool card, and I don't think I've ever pulled this one before. It's inverted, so there's no narcolepsy. This is about you being wide open again. Like if you've been tapping in really hard again, I won't say be careful. I'll just say be discerning with it, right? I've had a lot of people say to me in the last week or two, like they're just not sure how they feel. They're kind of in a status of being numb. And that's okay. Do you know what I mean? But it feels like for me that you're kind of going wide open again, like your third eye's kicking back up. A lot of influence around you brings that in. I also get the sense that there's something going on that you're not completely trusting 100%. So this is like something going on around you. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to anybody that's wanting to come in and help you with your business. It feels like the intention would not be that honest or that good. So if someone pops in and says, hey, I got this great plan and I know how we can, push a lot more birds, we can do a lot more, be very careful with that. But moving forward, going through this, just try to make sure, and I know you do it anyway, but that you're grounding yourself every day. I know you go out, barefoot, put your feet on the grass, but keep in mind that with that third eye as open as it is right now, you really want to make sure that you're grounding out a little bit, okay? Other than that, I don't see anything major coming in, so you're all good. All right. Tammy Brown Poole, may you have a card, please? Yes, you can. And welcome, Miss Tammy Brown Poole. I'm happy to have you here, sweetie. All right, Tammy, got for you an 11. I'm telling you guys, can y'all believe these numbers? Which comes down to 2. So, Tammy, that's all about you and people real, real close to you, okay? This is deep quiet, and it's meditation and stillness. Immediately when I'm touching this card for me, when I'm trying to pull on your energy, the one thing I see is that you are so busy dealing with other people's stuff all the time, like all the time. And even when they're not asking you for something, you're thinking about it, right? Like your brain just works overtime. It's time for you to kind of just step back. I just want to see you sitting on a porch somewhere and step back for a second. You need some mystery in your life, which means you don't need to know everything. I think it puts your spirit and your mind in overload, right? So that's where this is. Right now should be a time of reflection for you to choose like a new mode of how to kind of control your world and the environment around you. And it's just stepping back and being really, really still and quiet and choosing that, because even though you can't put everything down, a lot of it you can put down. So that's the main thing. Looks like you guys have something coming up. I'm not sure if this is vacation or if you just came back from something like that, but it looks like there's talks about money going out. This feels like it's almost like educational on some level. I don't know if you guys have somebody going to university, if you have somebody going to trade school or what's going on here. But there's, again, this is all other people's stuff. You know, that's the really interesting thing with you, Tammy, is that I just pick up other people's stuff more than I pick up your stuff because I think you're serving other people all the time. So let's take it right there and like hit the brakes, kind of let everybody go a little bit. Let loose of the reins and take some time to kind of sit with yourself. That's where you're supposed to be right now. You're supposed to be mindful and quiet and meditative. And that's going to be hard for you to do because you are a fireball. But I need you to try, okay? It's really important. It's important that we learn these lessons, guys, because if we don't do it for ourselves, we can't get pissed at other people when everything's going nuts around us, right? Like we have to set our own tone. We have to decide how fast we're driving down the highway. We can't let other people dictate that because otherwise we're just getting pissed when we're overloaded, right? So you guys have to kind of push yourself into a healthier way to find a way to take the load off. It's too much already. Christine, you're very welcome, sweetheart. And I'm glad that made sense. Carol, thank you for jumping in and backing Christine up on that. I really appreciate that. And Katrina said, transmuting pain, speaking your love language. I know, girl. I know. See, Michael, things are starting to balance out between you and Sarah. It's going to take some time. After all you guys have been through, do I see things to continue to move forward for the better? It is going to take time, baby, but I'm just happy that it's a positive forward movement. So, Michael, what I'm pulling for you is a 5. So this is that being kind of at that breaking point with things. It's closing the door. It's completion. And I'm happy to say with this one, I feel like the worst part of this cycle that you guys have been going through is over. Right now, it's you guys are coming up over that hill and kind of taking a healthier approach to things. Are there still going to be issues? Absolutely. And I think the major issue is going to be trust. I think there'll be issues where she feels like she can't trust. And I think there will be issues where you feel like you need to maintain and control, for a lot of reasons. But at the core of everything, if you can keep love, which has always been your primary cause in all of this, if you can keep love at the core and make that what secures the unit, everything's going to be fine. It will take some time, but I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that at all. There is something coming up for you guys. I don't know if this is like a move or something with your house. I'm not sure 100%, but this comes up in August. So when that comes up, please let me know what it is. I'm not getting what it is yet, but there's something coming up around home for you in August. So keep me updated, please. Don't stay out of touch so long. I think about y'all even when you don't think about me. So there's my guilting for the night. Destiny Dawn. Thank you. You needed to hear this and appreciate it. It made perfect sense. Good, sweetie. And you are so very welcome. Thank you for sharing your energy and your life with me. Judy says you're taking care of your mom. Well, that makes perfect sense then, Judy. Yeah, I get it 100%. Katrina, you said you'll take the cow and horse shit over the smoke. I hear you, but let me tell you something. The flies that come with it can be a whole different thing. Adriana, we appreciate you too. And thank you. See, you're in South Carolina. I'm on the Georgia-Alabama line, girls. I'm closer to home now. Rachel, non speaking English. Ok, per parlare in italiano. Tu sei un stranza. Rachel, I'll tell you what that means in translation later when you call me and tell me how you are. Megan Rankin, you would love a reading if I'm able. Absolutely. And of course, I'm happy to make time for you guys. I love y'all. This is why we do this. I'm excited you made it too. Oh, okay. Miss Megan, you have got a 9. So this is all about you. But it's also about the finalization of things. It's like you're coming to the end, to the peak of a situation. All right. This is called Dances on One Foot, the balancing act. This is a good card. This is not a bad card. This is a great thing. It means whatever you've been dealing with, that's been a lot of pressure on you, like juggling everything, because obviously you're not in a traveling circus. That is starting to wind down and you can calm things down a little bit. Summer's kind of your happy time normally. And so it's kind of coming back into that energetic now. So you can take some of the responsibilities off. There are some things family-wise within relationships that you need to make sure that everybody's on the same page, because it feels like a lot of misunderstandings in what responsibilities are, what the level of commitment is within your unit to make everything work. And you need to not be quite so flexible. You're not a gymnast either. So now we've established you're never going to be in the circus. You're not a juggler. You're not a gymnast. Bam. Right? But it's about making sure that everybody's on the same page and that everybody's clear about what page we're on. Okay. So high levels of communication. I do want you guys to watch your money, please. Keep an eye on money. It looks like there could be expenses coming in that maybe you guys are not expecting. It feels for me like it's in the back of your head, like it's something you're kind of like, yeah, I already know what this is going to be. But really tighten the line a little bit, okay? Just make sure that there's not any surprises. There could be some, and I don't want them to like overwhelm you. You're coming into this really nice period, this really nice time, and I want things to be easy for you. So just make sure that we're kind of tightening up on things where we can. If you can't do that all the way, because I'm almost hearing it like it's impossible, just do it where you can, okay? Cut some corners. It's okay to cut some corners. If you cut all the corners, you'll be walking in a straight line. I say that to myself a lot. Okay. Katrina Robertson, 11 master, 2 duo. Mess. Oh my gosh, you girls. Miss Judy, how often are we on here for lives? It's the first time here. Oh, wow. Well, Judy, we have Wanda Callahan, which is an amazing psychic and astrologer. She's on Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Usually, Rachel is on Mondays at 9:30, even though she played hooky last night. And I'm supposed to be on Tuesdays at 7:30, but I've been out because I was moving across country. So we're so glad that you're here. Make sure you go over and like the network, and then every time we have a show coming up, we have 3 a week normally, although lately it's been 2. Y'all be easy on me. You'll get the updates on that. And we're just tickled pink to have you with us. We love having new people come in. We love watching the community grow. Okay. Miss Dawn Cecil, how are you, sweetie? You love my backdrop? It's actually my wall. This is my house. So yeah, not even a fake backdrop. Can you imagine that? It's just actually my house. I live in a barn. That's my barn wall. But glad you like it. You would love a reading if time allows. Time allows. Guys, cheers to everybody. So happy to have y'all in. Okay, Miss Dawn R. Cecil. Let's see what we got going on. Beautiful girl. Okay, 62. It's an 8. We are winding up towards something, Dawn. That's what this feels like for me. This is the will of the wisp. It's treasures hidden in the shadows, okay? We're winding up for you to start seeing the fruits of your labor. So it feels like all these things that have been going on are coming into culmination, okay? It's coming to a point where you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. That I'm grateful for. So let me see what I can pull a little more on that, because it feels like, my gosh, all of you guys are going through this. You guys, everybody watching tonight, please, please, please sweep out the trash. Let the universe do its job. I'm going to keep repeating this till everybody gets it through their beautifully thick heads. Communication, guys. Boundaries have to be discussed. You guys have to talk about your boundaries. And Dawn, this really comes into line with yours as well, okay? This is all about you kind of reaching a culmination, a pinnacle, a point, a finish line, if you will, where you're like, you know what? I want my life kind of in a different way. I want things more logically set up. I want order. I want to know where things are going. I want my friendships to be more solid. I want to see all this movement happening. Like you've got this wish list, right? The universe is hearing it, right? God's hearing it. Keep preaching it. Set your boundaries for sure. Keep manifesting those things every day. And this summer for you is going to be magical, sweet girl. Absolutely magical. Please, please, please come back and let me know how the magic is working out. But remember what I said. It's all about boundaries, guys. You guys have to be clear with your intentions with other people and what you expect and what you want. We have to be super clear, okay? Michael, all moved and getting settled, and that's awesome. Well, Michael, you will be shocked to know that I will be moving to Pendergrass, We're temporarily on the farm that we're at right now while we work on the big farm, and I will be in Pendergrass. And how crazy is that I would have been that close to you, right? I'm glad you guys are settled. I'm going to miss the opportunity, though, to hang out with you. I would have loved to have done that. Okay, let's see what we have going on. Adriana, hey, Tammy, thank you, sweetie. I saw your heart. Thank you, darling. Adriana, Heather Paschal is asking for a card. Okay. Hi, Brandy. Good to see you, sweetie. I'll get you in just a second, okay? All right, so this is for Heather. Heather has got a 46, which comes back to a 10, coming down to a 1. So this is just all about Heather, okay? It's Heather, Heather, Heather. This is the root girl. It's the disowned self. This is about Heather going through a lot of growing pains, okay? So it's having to come to terms, to terms with reality and having to view things for what they are, right? Not what they're not. So this is about kind of finding a new way to live in a mode of being grateful for what's already there and letting go of the worry of what's not there. Do you know what I mean? This is like a really rudimentary lesson in manifestation and gratitude. Now, that doesn't say at all that Heather is not grateful. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying she's coming into a moment right now where she's witnessing everything. So, like imagine being in a movie theater with 2 screens going, one of what it is and what you thought it should be, right? What it is actually what you're attracting for your higher good. What you thought it should be normally is stuff that we attract out of fear. I mean, plain and simple. Everything always on the other side always boils down to fear or lack of something, which is still fear. So she's in a moment of movement of like growth, major, major growth. And it feels for me like something's come up that's been, I don't want to say a catastrophe, but something that comes up that's kind of shocking. Like I'm getting pain in my chest, like something knocked the air out of her that's forcing her to go and look at things and reevaluate them in a really different way. And that's a hidden blessing. That is a big, big, big hidden blessing. So please tell Heather, stay on track and make sure that the film that she's watching is the one over here and not the one over there. Okay? All right, Miss Brandy, you would love a reading if possible. Absolutely. I got you. Oh, Heather, now I see your comment, but I just got you, so we're good. Okay, Brandy, you have got a 17, which is an 8. This is the eye of the needle, intentionality. An 8's funny because it's like this thing where, kind of like what I was just saying to Heather, it's like growing pains. It's not completed yet, but it's like this moment of movement, like churning for me. And with the eye of the needle and the intentionality, it's inverted, which means how do I say this? Although you think you're pulling things in intentionally, you get distracted really easy. It's almost like spiritual ADHD. You have to be super focused. So I think with you manifesting stability, which feels like the greatest thing for me where you're concerned, like you crave stability in everything that word implies. You're somebody that really needs to write down like daily what you want from the day. No super long-term goals, right? Because I think you jump in and out of them. Like it's hard to stay grounded to something that's too long-term. And that's actually okay. That just means you're living in the present, which is good. But write them down so that it's daily things you're manifesting so you can see the results a little bit faster. And I think it's going to grow that muscle more for you because you already naturally manifest anyway. You're kind of like your mom, like you have this natural witch in you, this natural magic in you, a different way of looking at the world. But I think you need stronger visual guidelines of how to direct that energy. So let's try that, okay? That's the main thing. Let's see. What in the world? Hey, Miss Sandy Gross. So good to see you. Aw. I sent everybody an invite. I never do that. But today, for some reason, I couldn't share out with you guys. I had to send everybody an invite. So I'm glad I did. Better late than never, Sandy. Let's see. Judy, thank you, sweetie. I'm glad to be watching out for us. We're happy to have you here. I know everybody's welcoming you in because this is a really, really welcoming group. And Megan, you're welcome, sweet girl. All right. Dawn, I did glad you love the wall. No, I didn't take it in the way that you made it fake. No. But you know, a lot of people use backdrops all the time. And like Wanda's mushrooms and stuff. I just don't have a bunch of mushrooms to throw up on the wall. I wish I did, though. Oh, my gosh. All right. Let me see where we are. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Heather, you are very welcome, sweet girl. And Brandy, are you getting it? You getting what I'm talking about? Okay, Adriana, you're sitting here with your husband, George, kind of a non-believer. Would I pull a card for him? Of course. All right, George. So George has got a 59, which is 14. That comes back down to a 5. This is all, again, about kind of being in the middle of the, up the hill, not downhill. He's right on top of the hill. So this is being in the middle of something like a transition period. This one's called the Wailing Tree. It's all about reconciliation. So it's like, I don't know. It's like waking up and becoming more aware and accepting a situation, like a reality that he's been through for what it is, and just kind of making peace with it. Like, I feel like that's kind of who he is anyway. He's quick to kind of look at things for what they are. He's a realist. Like he looks at things for what they are. He makes sense of it. What's the word I'm looking for in Italian? I know it. Categorizes what that is, and then he moves on. But this is different. This is more about connecting to it emotionally. This is something that was kind of dug deep down. Okay, this is something that he's had to kind of deal with. Feels like around family for me, or people that feel like family, because there's a lot. Oh goodness, how do I say this? It's like a lot of influence of other people constantly, and I'm hearing the word like nagging, like just chirping in the ear all the time. It's just a lot going on, right? And he's just sitting in the middle of it like, not my circus, not my monkey. I don't want to attach to any of this crap. This is just, it's all lunacy. He didn't want to deal with anything, but he's making peace with the fact that for whatever reason, he does have like a natural hierarchy with people. I think there's something about him that draws people into. They feel confident around him. They feel secure around him. He's got like this leadership quality about him. But the major part of the Wailing Tree and what I saw with that was really just about him making peace with certain situations that he can't do anything about. Now, I don't get that he is an outward control freak in the sense of he's not a controlling person. I think inwardly, though, he's super OCD. He likes order. He wants to know what's going on all the time. He wants to be able to manipulate in a good way the energy around him to make sure that things are going in the way that he wants it. There's nothing wrong with that. This is kind of making peace with the fact that he can't. And that's okay. That's real growth. I think for, I have a really strong masculine energy, so I get it. And I think for people like that, it's hard for us sometimes to be not vulnerable with others, vulnerable with ourselves. Like we feel it like it's a weakness. Do you know what I mean? Of not being able to fix or conquer or make something work. This is kind of a reconciliation of that. That's what it feels like for me. So it's just kind of coming to peace, coming to terms with that. So I hope that helps. Brandy, you're a list maker, like mother, like daughter. You are welcome. Yeah, just stay on it, but make the list a little more short-term goal-oriented, okay? I think where you get lost is in the longer stuff, the big stuff. Doesn't mean you can't do that. It's just not everything can be a long-term or a big thing, right? We have to have little things that we're kind of pulling for. Okay. All right, guys, it looks like we are at the end. I made it through, everybody. What in the world? I cannot believe it. Dang. Seriously, I'm getting like Wanda now. It used to take me an hour and a half, and I'm blazing through. This was awesome. I was spot on, Adriana. Well, good. Tell them it's not a matter of believing or not believing. Listen, that's not the gig. The truth is we're also hyper-connected. It's like fungi. We're one big living organism. So it's really easy to pull on the energetic of other people and understand where they are when you really open yourself to it. There's nothing woo-woo about it. I'm the least woo-woo human being on the planet. Trust me. Katrina, I'm doing great. Thanks. Appreciate it. You guys are the cuteness. Oh, Kika, did you miss your reading? You did, sweet girl. If you can, replay it back because you were right at the very top of the hour, okay? Judy, you're very welcome again. Guys, it has been a pleasure being here with y'all tonight. I'm not going to hold y'all all night because we're already through the list. And I think we've really covered everything. I'm just going to say this before I leave. And I know this was kind of a short show tonight, but it was very direct. Okay, there was a very distinct message in this for all of you guys. That's why we all come in here together, right, as a collective, because we all really need to hear the same message. And that one was, ride this wave. Let God and the universe come in and sweep out what's not serving right now. Let karma come in and do what it needs to do. You sit back and just observe, or don't observe if you don't want to, but let it naturally take the path it needs to take, okay? The other thing is boundaries. Guys, talk with people. Communicate. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with others and communicate. Life gets a heck of a lot easier. I can guarantee that. I thank you all. I love each and every one of you. B. Elsa, Katrina said exactly, just L-I-G and let it go. Dawn, thank you. Carol, thank you, sweetheart. Adriana, thank you so much. Judy, everybody that was in tonight, I appreciate you guys immensely. And I'll just leave you with this. Just know that you are loved and protected at all times. Make sure that you're loving and protecting yourself and love and protect others where you can, okay? Lots and lots of love to you guys. Many blessings to you guys. And Wanda, we'll see y'all on Sunday. Take care and have an awesome night. Be kind.